Hey guys, how's it going everybody? My name is Blitzwinger. Ladies and gents, yesterday I just uploaded my top 10 list for my favorite suits in Spider-Man Ps4, which was pretty well received. I'm pretty glad with the overall result. I'm glad that people weren't completely going bananas about the list because I was worried some of the picks that I made. I was like, okay, this might get a few people mad, but hey, you know what? It's my list, so it is what it is. Now, today's list is probably going to be even more enraging because this is the top 5 worst suits in the game. Now, of course, if you love math, I'm a pretty big fan of math, you can go on ahead and do a little bit of calculating here and kind of make maybe possible predictions as to which 5 suits I'm going to pick, because obviously you know that there are 28 suits in the game. I've already picked 10 as my favorites. That means that, of course, there are 18 remaining. So that narrows down that list quite a bit to which suits I'm going to go on ahead and select. If you've watched any of my live streams for Spider-Man Ps4, you can definitely probably predict either the top worst one or maybe a couple of the top worst ones, because I definitely rag on some of these a lot because, oh, they get me absolutely enraged. Now, I will explain the logic behind the suits that I don't like, and again, me saying that I don't like these suits, it in no way means that they shouldn't be in the game, because I know that there's lots of people that love these suits. Heck, maybe one of these suits or maybe all 5 of these suits are your top one. So I get it. It's perfectly fine. But here's the thing. I want to hear your opinions and your thoughts down in the comment section below, as well, letting me know which of the 5, or I guess which of the 28 would you pick as your 5 worst suits. So these are the worst suits, the suits that you would put at the very bottom if you were ranking all the suits, let's say from the very top all the way to the bottom. How would you order them? So with that in mind, ladies and gents, let's kick things off with number 5. And this will be the wrestler suit. And me, as someone who used to watch WWE a lot, you would think that I would absolutely love the wrestler suit and would kind of appreciate, I guess, the origin of the suit and so on and so forth. But I have to say, I feel like this suit was just kind of uninspired. Like, to me, I think it would have been really cool. There's some things I like about it, like the jacket. I love the sweater, I guess, on the suit. It's pretty cool that there's actual like overspray from the spray paint that he spray painted a spider logo on there. I think that's kind of cool, but I just feel like the overall suit doesn't do anything for me as far as like, hey, I want to actually play as this suit. I'm not gonna lie, the homemade suit that is in the game is way cooler looking. It's also going off of a very similar motif of like being something that looks like has been put together haphazardly, but it just looks way more inspired. Maybe it's the colors, maybe it's the little design choices that they made for that suit, but the wrestler suit to me just looks so dull and so boring. There's nothing about it that I very much like at all. And I also kind of think maybe it would have been cool if the face mask itself, instead of being blue, was actually red. I think that would have been kind of cool to see. Now, it does come along with a decent ability. In fact, I'd probably say it's the best ability on this entire list. And this is the King of the Ring ability, which allows you to web throw enemies without having to web them up initially. Because in the game, anytime you need to web throw an enemy, you actually need to web them up first, and then you can go on ahead while they're webbed, throw them. Well, the King of the Ring ability does away with the webbing and allows you to skip that step altogether and just throw the enemies at your disposal. So it's a cool ability. And it actually does have function because there's several challenges in the game that require you. Well, I think most of them are the crime token challenges. When you're fighting the different or stopping the different crimes, it'll say like, hey, web throw 5 enemies or web throw 10 enemies and so on and so forth. So this ability can make that process way easier on you. So definitely use it. From there, let's transition to number 4, which is going to be the Spider Armor Suit Mark 4. Oh, I know people are waiting. Which one is he going to say? I just honestly don't like this suit at all. I know it has this really giant glow to it, and I did my gameplay showcase for this suit. You can see gameplay showcases for all the suits, in fact, but I was just like, the more I played as this suit, I was like, I just don't like it at all. I don't like the spider design. I think it just looks odd. That like glow effect with the green with the spider, I'm not a big fan of that. And I think just the entire look of the suit, I like the Iron Spider suit, for example. It's one of my top 10 favorite suits, but for some reason, the glow on these colors just looks weird. It looks like I don't know, he got covered in like, the stuff that you would put like I think it's called like cling wrap that you would put over like a sandwich or some vegetables or some fruits that you're packing up. That's what he looks like. It doesn't look like metal. It looks like he just like ran into a giant thing of that and they just like vacuum sealed him in that stuff. So not a fan of the look, not a fan of the ability that this comes with, which is the defense shield ability, which essentially allows you to go on ahead and absorb damage. It's decent as far as like it could help you in if you're like finding it very difficult in situations where you're just overwhelmed. It's kind of cool that it absorbs all damage, meaning that like you'll absorb even punches and baton strikes and what are they called? The shield strikes. So it's kind of cool that it has that going for it. But honestly, outside of that ability, there's really nothing about the suit that I like. So that's why it makes it to number 4. Number 3, the classic suit. Damaged. Oh, calm down, calm down. I know you're about to type. Are you serious, bro? The classic suit? So here's my nitpick with the classic suit. There's 2 things. First of all, there's no suit power. So that's lame. I think that you need to have a suit power for the different suits. I think there would have been something really cool here that you could have done as like maybe second chance where if you, let's say, are about to get knocked out, this power automatically kicks in and gives you another health bar to try to survive just because it's the battle damage suit. It would be kind of cool to see something like that. They could have done something where, I don't know, maybe you like call in for help and some Spider-Gwen shows up or something like that. You could have definitely done something cool with the suit to have an actual power or suit power available for it. So that's a problem. And then the second problem I have is that honestly, the suit is just not damaged enough. Like, yes, they muddied it up and everything, and they gave him like the scratch across the chest, which looks like he's been fighting Wolverine more so than the Kingpin or his goons. I honestly think they could have gone and just made this look way cooler if they ripped the mask a little bit, and gave us that kind of like exposed like one eye of Peter Parker with a little bit of his like frizzled hair showing as well. I think that would have looked so cool, and then it would have made the suit very memorable, and it would have honestly stood out compared to the classic suit. Because to me, when I look at the classic suit and I look at this suit, I will never choose the battle damage version because the classic suit just looks way better. It looks awesome. It gives us that complete look for the character. Plus, we get a cool superpower or suit power with it. So to me, I just honestly feel like the battle damage suit needed to be more battle damage to really become memorable. And that's a huge, huge problem for me personally. So from there, let's transition to suit number 2. Can you guys guess it? It's going to be the undies suit. I know what you're saying, because it's like, how could this not be number 1? Well, you'll see what number 1 is, I guess, in just a little bit. But the undies suit is a suit that I get it. It's like, haha, hee hee, how funny. It's a Spider-Man in his underwear. Isn't that hilarious? I get it. And it would have been fun if this suit was just unlockable as like, heck, I would have not even minded if this suit was unlocked by doing, I don't know, the Black Cat challenges or maybe like defeating Tombstone or maybe some Scorpion mission, because then it would have made sense, because we do see this outfit when Spider-Man is under toxins from Scorpion. But to me, I was just so annoyed that this was the 100% completion suit. I was genuinely upset. I was like, are you serious? I know that maybe I should have just looked it up before and spoiled it for myself so I wouldn't be so upset. But to me, I was like, dude, you put in 100% of work into the game, and then that's what you're rewarded with. I was expecting like the black symbiote suit to be in there, or maybe some, like let's say the Iron Spider comic book version suit, just something really cool, something very unique. And then to be rewarded with this, it was just kind of like, really? That's what you get for 100% completing the game? Like, you not only did you finish the story, but you finished everything. Like, you got the district challenges done. You did all the crime challenges. You went ahead and stopped Taskmaster. You stopped the Tombstone side missions. You went ahead and dealt with Curveball. Like, you've dealt with everything there is to deal with the game, and then this is what you get. That was not cool. Now, I will say one cool thing about the suit, it does come along with a pretty cool power, and that's Equalizer, where essentially everybody who you fight goes down in one hit, but the cool thing is that you go down in one hit as well, so there's very little room for error. The one thing that I will say again, though, it's kind of lame that the power still runs out. I think that this should have been a suit power because it's the 100% completion suit that you activate, and then until you deactivate it, it would be active. Because imagine going through like a base challenge where it's pretty much one mistake, you're out. But you can go on ahead and defeat everybody with just one kick, one punch, one whatever it might be that you end up throwing at them. I think that would have been so much fun. It would have made for some really cool, chaotic moments. And I think that that was a bit of a missed opportunity. So with that in mind, ladies and gents, it is time for number 1. Before we get to number 1, let's run through the other 4 suits really quickly. Number 5 was the wrestler suit. Number 4 was the spider armor Mark IV. Number 3 was the classic suit. And number 2 was the undie suit, along with that equalizer power. And number 1 is the ESU suit. Now, I know what you're saying, Blitz. Really? This is the one? Yes, I actually honestly feel like this is the least inspired suit in the entire game. I know I said that about the wrestler suit, but to me, this one just was like, really? You complete these secret photo ops, and it's kind of a similar thing that I had a problem with the 100% completion suit. So you do these challenges, you're flying around the city. If you were like me and you saw that live stream where I streamed for 2 hours hunting down these pictures and trying to take them all and getting all this done, it was a lot of work. And then the reward was Peter Parker in jeans and an Empire State University t-shirt and wearing the regular Spider-Man mask. I just think that this could have been so much cooler. Like, they could have honestly just done an unmasked version. I think that would have been really cool to just give us a playable version of Peter Parker so you could web sling as Parker through the city. I know people are going to say, well, that's not accurate to the game. Well, guess what? Spider-Punk is not accurate to the game, and we never saw a wrestler suit, and we never saw the futuristic versions of Spider-Man like Spider-Man 2099. So I think that it would have been still cooler to get an unmasked version, or again, like I said before, I think it would have been neat if this was a different suit. Now, the reason why this suit actually goes to the lowest on this list as the worst suit in the game right now, of course, the DLC might change that. Who knows? Hopefully not. Hopefully I won't be adding any more suits to this list. But the ESU suit is worse than the undie suit because it doesn't even come with a power. So not only is it, in my opinion, not very inspired or has any cool elements to it, it doesn't come with any powers, any new suit powers. If we got something like, I don't know, maybe it would have been really cool actually if they did some sort of like a filter power for this one, maybe with a photo lens coming up or something like that, you know, where essentially it's similar to like maybe some sort of a filter over the screen where there's like an old school camera lens that appears or something like that, because you unlock this one by taking pictures. That would have been kind of cool to see. Either way, ladies and gents, this wraps up the top 5, or I guess the bottom 5 worst suits in the game for me in Spider-Man Ps4. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with this list? Disagree with this list? You can, of course, go on ahead and let me know down in the comment section below. I'm sure you will remain absolutely civil, just as the internet always does, and that was sarcastic. Of course, ladies and gents, if you guys enjoyed the video, please don't forget to also hit that like button. And if you haven't had a chance to check out my top 10 list to know which suits I actually love in this game, go ahead and check that out as well. I will leave a link in the description box below to that video. But the other thing I will leave in the description box below is a list of all 28 suits, so you can be reminded of which suits are which and which powers they come along with. I'll also link to my gameplay showcases for those suits, so if you haven't maybe had a chance to play the game or don't have the game and so on and so forth, you can watch those videos and then make your judgment on the suits themselves, because you can see them in action, you can see the actual suits up close as far as the details on them and so on and so forth. So we'll do all of that for you guys down in the comment section, or I guess in the description box below. Make sure you check that out as well. Thanks all for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't yet. Turn on your notifications, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. See you later, alligators. Bye-bye, everyone.